Splatter Garage Movie Massacre is not intended for children. It always contains spoilers, and side effects may include dizziness, nausea, bouts of insanity, uncontrollable laughter, and gas. Please, listen at your own risk.
It's so nice we're all back together again. It's been a while.
Yeah, I'm glad we could go on this camping trip.
I know. I can't wait to share spooky stories over the campfire.
Guys, where are we?
The 100-acre woods, duh.
Yeah, but I think we're off trail.
Fusion, let's just ask that silly old bear over there for directions.
Oh my god, guys, is that Winnie the Pooh? Dude, I'm such a huge fan.
Oh, bother. That is awkward because then I'm going to drink your blood.
Oh shit.
Run!
They're here. That's right, we're back, baby. Everybody, welcome to Splatter Garage Movie Massacre, the relaunch event. This is the podcast that celebrates the best and worst titles in horror and action cinema. So if you're the type of person who gets joy from over-the-top gore and violence, well, then you're in the right place. Welcome, creepers. I'm your host, Stina Polk. And with me are my lovely co-hosts, my sister from the same mister, Jen Polk.
What up?
And of course, my other co-host and sister, Weston Wong, aka Fusion. Say hello.
How dare you?
And introducing our fourth new host on the podcast. You might see him DJ in downtown LA. You might catch him performing improv and sketch comedy in Hollywood. He's the lovable, the wonderful, the 100% machine washable Kevin Lee.
Hey, yo.
Hello,
Hi
Kevin.
there.
He's the best. Seriously, Kevin is a longtime friend of ours with basically zero experience in horror, and his reactions are always the best ever. So we asked him to join the podcast because we thought it would be fun. So thank you for being here.
I'm so stoked and also so terrified.
That is accurate. I can't wait to hear your thoughts on this movie. Speaking of this movie, it's now time for our movie of the week, which is, if you couldn't tell from our pre-show intro, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Written and directed by Reese Frake Waterfield. I don't know why that's so hard to say, but it kind of is.
It is really hard to say.
Produced by Jagged Edge Productions. The runtime is about an hour and 40 minutes. Now let's talk about this movie, all right? Pretty simple setup. It's a reimagining of the classic story in which Christopher Robin grows up. He moves away, abandons his friends in the 100-acre woods, leaving them to fend for themselves, in which unfortunately leads to cannibalism, like it always does, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This kind of would have been like Toy Story 3, but
With cannibalism.
With cannibalism.
With cannibalism.
Is it cannibalism, though? Because they're still animals.
You know, and I was thinking that too. If they ate
But they're
animals,
part
would that be
human.
cannibalism?
But they.
I think they're stuck with cannibalism
They
depending on
do,
what
kind
animals.
of.
Like if Piglet ate a pig, then that would be cannibalism, sort of.
You know, that's a good point, actually. I don't know, but don't take our word for it. It's time for Fusion to play that movie trailer. So, Fusion, roll it.
The Disney one, got it.
Winnie the Pooh, Winnie the Pooh, chubby little cubby all stuffed with fluff.
You know, you're the first person I ever shown this place to.
And why am I so special?
Because soon we'll be Christopher and Mary Robin.
You should be close now.
We're not going to find them.
We will. Pooh, Piglet, Eeyore, we were friends for many years, and they're out there.
Christopher, we need to leave. Now.
I really need to find out what's happening there, okay?
Had a cold. Did you say I was a pool? We need to go. There's Laura's dead. There's someone else outside. What was that?
We used to be friends. Why are you doing this, please? I would have never left, I swear, I swear.
All right, there you have it. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, taking a childhood classic to new lows, and we're all for it. Let's get into our movie highlights, shall we?
It's showtime.
All right, coming in at number 10, we've got It's Wrong Turn, but with a fairy tale spin.
At number 9, it's everyone's favorite, gratuitous boobies.
At number 8, we have adorable cannibalism.
7, the 100-acre wood chipper.
Number 6, Pooh drives a car over a lady's head.
Number 5, that weird Christopher Robin torture porn moment.
Number 4, Eeyore's handmade tombstone. It's so good.
At number 3, mind control bees. Now that's a superpower.
Number 2, karate chopping faces off. Chuck Norris can't even do that.
Number 1, it's fucking Winnie the Pooh. Come on!
And that's it for our movie highlights. We'll be right back after a quick sponsor break.
Got a roach problem? Something moving through your walls? Call Ranger Randy's Radical Roach Removal. Call Ranger Randy's Radical Removal Service. Fuck! Call Ranger Randy's Radical Roach Removal Service. All your roach disposal needs. I got the lowest tier for $9.99. I come in and you get pesticide traps all over the place, wherever you need them. Infestation, get rid of them, maybe not. Next tier, $14.99. I come in, buckshot, some smoke bomb traps, and for the next ultimate package for $19.99, you get BAM! Double barrel, birdshot, and buckshot roach removal service. I come in, kaplow! Clean as a whistle. You want to see how great the service is? Check out a testimony right here from our boy.
I found his service to be delightful.
For all your roach removal needs, call Ranger Randy's Radical Roach Removal Service. 1-800-KABLAM! Call quick in the next 5 minutes for a special offer. I'll show up in a full leather bondage suit. Just kidding, I do that for free anyway.
Gotcha!
You have any old books? Any very old books?
We do. Here at Endgame Comics and Collectibles in Ventura, we have old books, new books, books of evil.
The Book of Evil!
That's right. So don't get rid of your old books. Give them to us at Endgame.
The place that has issues.
Old books can be worth quite a lot of money.
All right, everyone, welcome back. Now let's get into this shit show of a movie I'm so excited to talk about. And honestly, I mean shit show in the best way possible. I mean, come on. This is Winnie the Pooh, all right? So the movie begins with this creepy animatic because they couldn't actually afford an animation or to like pull this off.
It was the best. It was my favorite part of the movie.
It was actually my favorite part too. I really liked the illustrations, and it was a good way to work with it on a low budget.
Yes,
you know?
it really sets a nice theme for the movie.
Yeah, because they really lean in fully to the whole fairy tale vibe. Like
Yes.
that's
Well,
the whole
kind
thing.
of.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
get some
you
mixed
got
vibes
mutants
there.
in the woods there, but
The animatic, though, it tells this whole backstory about Christopher Robin moving away and Pooh and his gang starving and eating Eeyore. My favorite part is how they mention briefly that Christopher Robin moves to become a doctor, and that in no way pays off.
I know, right? Like
At all.
Like, there's a lot of no payoffs, I would say.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true. They set up a lot of things that go absolutely nowhere.
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
Oh man, yeah. So my thing with this movie is if you miss this intro, in which case 4 people from my group did miss this intro, they missed the entire movie and had no clue what was good for them. They were like, okay, a bunch of people getting killed by mutants. Yay.
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
I'm on board for that. You know? Like, that's kind of my thing.
It was just kind of like, I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, they mentioned Alan Rabbit, and then they never tell you what happens to him.
Yeah, they don't. I feel like I know why they do that, and we'll discuss that later.
Right. In our fun facts
In the
segment.
fun facts.
Stay tuned.
But they don't tell you in the movie, which I feel like that's a big thing they need to address. Like, okay, Owl and Rabbit died of starvation.
Did they
too.
run away?
Yeah,
Did
like
they
have short lifespans
also
because
get
they're
eaten?
mutants?
I think they formed a throuple and left. But no, I was
here's
wondering
the
that
thing.
too. Yeah.
I think they bring up is it Owl and Rabbit, but there also is Kanga, Roo, and Tigger that
I
are
think
never
Tigger
mentioned.
is still a trademark of Disney, though.
Technically, all the characters are still a trademark of Disney in that format.
Yeah, but I don't know how it works because they did like spin-offs with just Tigger.
Yeah.
So I don't know if maybe that's why there are copyright issues, there.
Yeah.
'Cause
Oh,
Winnie
yeah.
the
There's
Pooh-
definitely copyright issues.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Do any of us know Winnie the Pooh wasn't like a Disney creation,
No,
right?
No,
it's
no,
not.
no.
No. Okay, so maybe Tigger wasn't in the original,
Yeah.
and he was a Disney creation.
Possibly, but the characters that they created, the characters that Disney created in that specific look are still copyrighted.
Yeah.
So that particular Christopher Robin, they were actually pushing the boundary with the Pooh mask that they
Right,
used. So
right.
people were kind of mad with what Piglet.
Yeah.
But I mean, let's face it, he's a pig mutant that's an adult. He was
He
a
fit the
piglet,
bill.
and yeah,
Yeah,
like
he fit the bill.
I
We'll-
mean,
we'll-
actually, he
we'll
was.
talk about the costumes too in a little bit because I do want to get into that.
He was
There's a lot.
He would have made a great Bebop.
Yeah.
Like, why? Why couldn't they use that for Bebop? I would have put Fusion's jacket
and Bebop
on
wasn't
him.
in the
And
original '90s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles either. That would have been interesting to see him there like that. You know?
yeah, well, he was actually a formation. Well, he was part of the
That's a
toys.
different
That's
episode.
That's a different episode. Let's not get into that.
different
We're going off track with that. But I'm just saying.
One thing I thought was smart that they did though, in the beginning, was that they end it with they vowed to never speak again.
Yes.
Which kind of
Helps.
solves that whole problem,
Yeah.
right? Of
They
like,
vowed
what
to
are they
never-
gonna sound like?
Animals.
Yeah, or yeah. How
no,
would you
no
do
need,
that?
no real need for like acting with voices.
Yeah, exactly.
Because what kind of voice do you give Pooh?
I vote you keep the fun Disney voice, but that's just me. The titles for this film were interesting. They really gave me like Grindhouse 70s vibe, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, with all
Yeah.
the and Wrong Turn too. I feel like this movie took heavily from those films.
It really he really did take from those films. I agree with you. I feel like he went more Grindhouse, and that's a little problem I had with it is it falls away from the fairy tale, which I feel like the creepy fairy
there
tale
was a
theme.
weird clash going
Yes.
on there with
Yeah.
the whole design and everything, the whole theme. I do agree with that.
Yeah.
Did you guys pay attention at all to the newspaper headlines though?
I missed those two.
Yeah, okay.
I was watching them, and I know there were some over the top ones. So I
My
was
favorite
like,
my favorite one in there, it said Bear Man Pig. And all I could think about was South Park. I just like shouted in my head. It was like, Man Bear Pig, Man Bear Pig.
Al Gore's hiding in the bushes. Hey,
For cereal.
For cereal. Oh my god.
Totally missed all of that.
That was when like they
When
had
did
like
you come in?
When Christopher Robin comes in.
Well, the funny thing is
perfect.
that's still part of the beginning because you guys got the intros, like the intro slate, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, but you had no fucking clue what was going on, which was hilarious to me.
I mean, that goes to tell you, like, they literally put everything
in that first, like, 3 minutes. Like, that first animatic tells you everything, and then they walk in when there's Christopher Robin and his wife looking for this weird hut out in the woods. And she thinks he's crazy.
I love that whole setup. I really do so much when it just opens on them in the woods. He's like, I'm telling you. I love the British accents too. I feel like that added some whimsy to it. It made it a little more believable.
Well, I think the original Winnie the Pooh was British.
It was, yeah.
That's even better.
So honestly. I think they were kind of going for that.
Oh, Pooh.
Yeah. This is technically still copywritten in Britain, by the way.
Interesting. Huh. Okay, so we're going to get into that. I could tell by Jen's face.
Yeah, not right now, though.
So, yeah, he's there with his fiance who does not believe him at all. I don't know why she's going along with this. I mean, if my fiance was like, we're going to go find these half animal people in the woods, I'm like,
baby, are you eating the wrong mushrooms today?
For so many reasons. Even if they were real, I don't want to see that. Like, what does that look like?
Is this your family? Like, did you grow up in some weird gypsy half mutant?
For 5 years?
Listen, my family was cursed by a traveling gypsy. We stole some honey, and this is what happened.
Oh,
I would believe that a lot more.
We were talking about this earlier, though, when they get to the fort. The production design of the fort was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
But you notice there's actually a lot of animal, like, skeleton decor. Mm-hmm. Why not human?
And there is those, too. They hide those inside, if you remember, right by Christopher Robin. They kept hanging up the
in that
human
unknown
skeletons.
area that I can't figure out where it is.
Yeah,
they
like
never
they
show
expect you to know in the sacrificial area that they had in there.
Makes no sense.
Like, I don't know if it looked like a deck for a hot tub. But I guess they sacrificed people there?
Maybe it was. There was a scene with the hot tub.
Well, that was like back at the house, though. This was at their camp. Like, did they take the hot tub
They had
to their
everything
camp?
in one location, and they just repurposed everything.
So they're the ones that had the B&B that rented it to the girls. Aha! Pooh opens a B&B.
I mean, I could see that. He has a car at one point in this movie. So.
You're going to have to start giving me your locations when you're on a B&B. I don't know if I trust them after.
Did you guys notice the hand-painted signs everywhere?
Oh, yeah. The 100 Acre Woods.
But Eeyore's tombstone was my favorite. It's just like plywood written with like paint.
It says what? Eeyore rip?
Yeah.
Well, they're animals. Kind of.
Kind of. Well, wait, how does he litter it? He can barely talk.
How does he know how to operate a car? How does he know how to operate a wood chipper to put a girl through? He is an animal-human hybrid.
When you wear pants, you know how to do things.
Like, did Christopher Robin train him, and then they just forget how to,
That's
like,
what Fusion says every day. People ask him why he's in charge. You wear pants. You know how to do things. All right, let's get into the costumes, because I know we're dying to talk about the costumes. Pooh straight up looks like the Disney character.
Pooh, well,
like, they didn't change anything.
The rest of them kind of looks like the brawny guy. Let himself go. Or Jeremy.
Who needs the brawny guy? Jeremy's our friend, by the way. We'll have to post pictures on the Splatter Garage Instagram.
We should get Jeremy to dress in that outfit and then post who wore it better.
Oh my god. Wasn't he wearing flannels and jeans?
Yeah, he was wearing overalls and a flannel.
Was it overalls? I thought it was
overalls. Yeah.
He was just too fat to fit.
Dude, but that guy could haul ass in those overalls, dude.
For real, you know what would have been extra terrifying if they gave him no pants, like the cartoon character.
I really was kind of hoping for that.
Oh Lord!
Just a flannel shirt, no pants.
Like a real animal. He's actually more human than most of the humans I know.
Did you guys notice the ears were animatronic?
Yeah,
and
a little bit of the mouth.
Oh, the mouth too. That was almost the scariest part to me because he did that.
And
grin.
the weird lips.
He had like a Disney grin. What was with that? He kept eating. He was always eating.
Because Pooh's always eating
but
honey.
You never saw him eat anything. Like there were times with the honey.
You never see Pooh eat anything but honey.
But there were times when that wasn't in play and he was still just chewing on nothing.
Maybe he was chewing on the girl he put in the wood chipper.
Just some lady jerky, you know, like he's got his
I mean, it could be. I don't know.
Female smoothie or something like that.
Female smoothie.
That is what she became after that wood chipper.
Yeah.
A female smoothie.
Well, I mean, there was no blood with the honey.
I like
just
how he
blood and honey.
later in the movie when there's that random lady that like she's freaking out over her face and then okay, wait, I have to back this up to the gun. Does anyone remember the gun?
Yes.
And me and Jeremy were going on about the gun. He was like, how do you, first of all, who uses the furniture in a B&B? And why would you forget you brought a gun? And you're thinking she has this little pistol and she pulls out a damn hand cannon.
That's an excellent point, because for a moment I thought that they lived there, or that's like a family house. So why the fuck does she have this gun? That's a good point. I guess because of her whole backstory.
Yeah, they give her a backstory.
Okay, let's talk about the
backstory. They spend so much time on it for like it to like not fucking matter. Okay, so let's paint you guys a picture. So our main character.
Well, we don't know who the main character is. Is it Pooh? Is it Christopher Robin?
Well, it's definitely not that redhead girl.
I love the redhead girl.
As far as the girls go,
the smoothie.
Redhead smoothie. That's her name. Right?
Make that drink.
Have one of them redhead smoothies.
Okay, backstory of this main chick. It like the movie opens after the credits on like a therapy
session.
Right? Yeah, a therapy session. And basically, long story short, she is traumatized from being stalked. Right?
Yeah,
by a weird creeper.
Yeah.
Just this random creeper.
Listen,
he has no
all
tie
women
into
deal
the
with
story.
this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We all know, as women, right? We deal with
we all deal with random creepers.
especially Fusion.
He's got a few right now. We just got.
LOL. That's why we have the door locked, right, guys?
Yeah.
What about the trap door? Do we know?
There actually is a trap door.
That's what we keep it. Okay, so then there's like this whole therapy session. This main character is like traumatized by this fucking stalker and stuff, and then her therapist is like, I think it'll be good for you to like get away from the city, like go to the woods and like decompress. And she's like, yeah, for sure. And she goes right with five other friends.
No, I think four. No, you're wait. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
five.
four.
Let's count.
Yeah.
There's the wood chipper
There's
smoothie.
wood chipper chick.
Wood
There's
chipper.
Maria, who's the final girl.
Okay.
Who you're talking about.
Okay,
Yeah.
there's
There's
glasses.
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 Yeah.
There's the two lesbians.
And then the two lesbians.
Two lesbians.
And the Twitch girl.
Oh, the hot girl.
The hot girl.
The
The
only
only hot
jacuzzi
girl.
girl.
Yeah.
Hot tub girl.
That's
Hot tub.
right.
Okay.
There's got to be the hot one. She's
Yeah.
got to die relatively soon. She
Yeah.
wasn't first, but she was second.
Yeah, and so
No,
then
third.
She was technically third.
She was third.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
Because-
Well, I guess the only thing the whole like stalker thing had to like play in the movie was like they were like when like the hot tub girl was like, oh, I think you're stalkers in
when
the
Pooh
It
background.
was
and Piglet
legitimately
show up.
for the gun.
Oh, for the
It
gun.
was.
That's
It was
what
to
it was.
justify the gun.
It was to
And
justify the gun.
Also, I
but
mean,
that doesn't justify a hand cannon. I'm sorry. Like, that gun, that woman that shot the gun should have been thrown back like 10 feet from that gun. And Jeremy was just going crazy over the logistics of that. And why? One bullet.
I know.
One bullet.
I know. We'll get into that though.
Because
With
inflation,
that
I
one
know.
I think we're getting we're getting excited. We're getting
We're
excited.
getting ahead of ourselves. Let's back it up to the wood chipper chick because I want to talk about. So
The
while
random.
the girls get to the cabin,
And they all put their phones away.
but they're waiting for their friend.
Yes,
Right? They're waiting
yes.
for their friend.
Oh my God, yes.
She hasn't arrived. They all put their phones on silent, which makes no sense.
They
And
really
immediately-
hate this girl.
immediately-
They're like, is everyone here? No? Okay, let's put our phones on
But
silent.
everyone that matters
Everyone
is here.
that matters is here. Yeah.
We all know Susie's going to die first. So.
Here's my favorite part. This is one of my favorite moments is when she shows up and she pulls over to the side of the road. She gets out of her car for no reason at all to make this phone call. And she's by this
I love
little,
when she goes into the woods, too.
she's by this little, yeah, for what, right? She goes into this, there's
Better
this little
reception.
sign next to her, hand-painted, 100 Acre Woods. And literally the message she leaves, and she's like, hi, where am I supposed to be going? I'm here at the 100 Acre Woods. And I'm like, if that's the only destination they gave her, no wonder she's lost. Like, they must really hate this chick.
Exactly. You put her on silent.
Kevin was saying earlier, what was that you said? Like, there's 100 acres.
Yeah, there's
Which
100
one?
acres.
Which acre
Of all the
are you on?
acres, dear Lord. Could you imagine being like UPS, like 100 Acre Woods? Fuck! Like, not one of these again.
Just like was it sequel's
kick
gonna be
into the
called
woods.
Yeah, literally
Pooh and
just fling it
Piglet?
into the
Pooh and
forest.
Piglet discover Amazon. Amazon delivery people go missing.
Or Postmates.
Yeah,
they just keep
Postmates.
ordering food, quote unquote.
Oh my god.
Return of the Living Dead. Send
Yeah, that
more
That whole
police.
setup was literally just so Pooh and Piglet could get the car. Which the first time I saw this movie, and yes,
Yeah.
I saw it more than once, I did not get that.
I didn't
They
get
just
that.
appeared with the car later, and I was like, where do they get? And it's like a hot rod too. So I'm like, where did
Oh
they get that?
no, I knew
nice
they
car?
were using her car.
Yeah, I did not get that at first because you don't see them. They're in the woods. She goes out into the woods. She
How do they
finds a
know how to
scary
use a
shop, and she's like,
car?
I'm gonna crawl in here for no reason, and then she gets thrown into the wood chipper.
First of all, you see somebody. Okay, let's just pretend they're animal people.
Yeah.
I mean, they really just look like a weird guy wearing a mask, but
Which I think they should have leaned
Either
into.
way, yeah,
I would
they
have liked
should've.
this movie to be a wrong turn with these crazy rednecks, right? But they cover their faces, their deformed faces, and they go by the persona of Piglet and Pooh.
like the
I know
hills
some
have
rednecks
eyes,
with
Texas
names like
Chainsaw
that.
Massacre.
Of
That would
course.
make more sense. I mean, because if you're not going to go the whimsical route, that makes more sense. to
Yeah,
me.
it would have been
But-
way more
but
realistic.
Redhead girl run straight for the barn.
I know,
Like
I know.
they go for every
You have
horror
100
trope.
acres.
No. Yeah, go the other way with the crazy. You don't think he's not gonna find you in a freaking
Kevin and
barn?
I were
and then
I
hides
was
by the
telling
wood
that to you.
chipper.
What?
I was telling that to you in the movie theater. I was like, why would you run to the one confined place when you have the woods? Like, it's a lot harder to find someone in the woods, especially when you have like 100 acres to just keep running.
It reminds me of that horrible commercial at the
She's
beginning
like,
of the theater.
yeah.
It's like, let's go hide by those chainsaws,
yeah, let's go
everybody.
hide behind the wood chipper. I'll totally be fine. Like, it was so stupid. All right.
The bear
so
doesn't know how to operate a wood chipper, right?
That's what happens to her. She dies. She gets started into the wood chipper. We get some gratuitous boobies that
We
Fusion
also-
mentioned
well,
earlier.
We also get her head smashed a lot before.
Oh, yeah, I forget about
He
that.
actually kills her before he kills her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which kind of takes the fun out
I
of it,
know,
you think?
like-
you know? Maybe because they didn't have the money to get, like, legs that could move
Hey,
or anything.
like, sidestep. Remember when we saw a lady get put into a wood chipper
Nope.
on your 16th birthday?
Oh, yeah.
We're not going to give you any
that was a-
context for that.
That was a fond memory.
It sure was. No,
Oh, Lord have
Halloween
mercy.
Horror Nights.
Well,
they
it
had an
says
amazing
happy
show.
16th birthday, like sing a woman go through a wood.
It's your first sacrifice.
Happy sweet 16.
I'm the one that threw her in there.
Now shove a woman into a chipper.
Drink the smoothie.
Drink the redheaded smoothie.
With honey.
Oh, God. All right.
So anyway.
Let's get back to this.
The ladies.
Yeah, the ladies are in the cabin.
So
oh,
now-
that's what I wanted to say. So they give the one girl the only, like, backstory, right? Or the history, the explanation as to why they're there. Everyone else has a reason, and they barely touch on it.
There's the
So
two lesbians fighting,
right, and so I think they're there to, like, mend the relationship, right?
but you don't know what's going
You
on.
have no idea
You
what's
keep
going on.
trying, Brenda. It's not enough.
She's like, it's too soon. One
For
of
what?
we were listening to the people in the theater. Someone
Sounds
thought
like
that
the
she was
chicks that
proposing.
fusion dates.
That's right.
Wow.
Oh my god.
too
Okay,
soon.
so we know Anne Marie is there. Glasses chick is there just for moral support.
So why was
Instagram chick, I think, was trying to get away from Instagram. I think her friends were dragging her to
Oh,
get
'cause she had a
off.
problem.
Yeah, she has a problem.
Paris Hilton wannabe?
Yeah, exactly. She has a problem. Which, by the way, another one of my favorite moments was when they show the hot chick in the bikini and she's dancing while putting on makeup.
I was
like,
totally-
no mirror, no.
I was like, chicks do this for real.
But also-
like, we
Totally.
do this all the time.
That's how I put on my makeup every day. I'm just dancing around the jacuzzi.
I don't need a mirror to put it on at all. Like, I am that good. And I always wonder why I get the stares when I leave. Like,
Yeah, going for that droopy look.
I was going to say Joker, but okay.
Same thing, kind of.
And I remember when she
Going
was
for
putting
the
on
clown.
makeup too. There was like a lot of like cool lighting in the room. I was like, did it come with the Airbnb?
You know,
Or-
that's something
Well,
they
usually
did.
they do give you
Oh,
lights
you're
with an
right. There was a lot of
Airbnb.
mood lighting, actually.
There was a lot of mood lighting.
lot
They
of
just
mood
don't
lighting.
give you AC, apparently, mother
She's the next chick that dies, right? She's number 3?
Yeah.
Number 3.
Okay, so I will say I thought it was a cool creative choice that when she's in the jacuzzi and Pooh and Piglet are coming up on her, they do the strobe effect with the bug zapper that keeps going in and out.
Mind you, Pooh and Piglet would have not known these girls existed had she not been in
out
the
there.
jacuzzi.
Yeah. she
So
was out there
fuck
playing
Instagram
music.
girl. She deserved that
I
death.
love when she sees this crazy maniac in her photo that looks like a man bear pig. She's just like, must be Maria's stalker, whatever, and like goes about her day.
Yeah,
dude, if I saw that, fuck everything. Like, I'm leaving. I'm not even staying at the cabin.
Your
that
stalker's here. I'm going. Like,
man bear
Dude,
pigs.
that's right. I think her reaction was like, "What the fuck?"
well, this is what
And
I
then
don't get.
whatever.
And
they just kept going.
And then
whatever.
They kill her, right?
Yeah.
Very slowly with the car.
Yeah.
That is a good kill, though. It's a fun kill.
That was the most expensive kill, I think, in the movie. Because they do the close-up. You're there for the whole thing. Her head getting crushed and the eyeball popping out.
and
which
her
was a
still
nice touch.
screaming while she's dying.
Yeah. I actually
That
have a
would
note.
suck.
I wrote down somewhere, I said, her eyeball pops out. That is rad.
And they keep it there, too, for later. Like, you just see, like, we kept laughing at that
when the
later
girls
on. Yeah, when
found
they
him, and she's
find the
like,
car.
What is that? And I'm like, that's not what
That's
you
your
say.
friend.
That's not what you say when you see a dead body. You're not trying to figure out what you're looking at. You're just like, what the fuck? You know
Why
what I
is there a
mean?
dead body
Or
here?
you just scream and run. You
But
know?
what got me, what I didn't fully understand, okay, is obviously, like, I could take this as they kill the girl, right? And then they write on the windows, "Get out." First of all, how do they know how to spell?
Oh, that's another one of my favorite moments because what Maria says
And then
right after.
everyone's like, "Should we go? Are they in the house?
Should we
we
get
stay? Should we get out?"
No,
Should-
my favorite is Maria's like, whoever killed Hot Girl, whatever her name
I
is.
know, right? That you don't
They
remember.
probably did this. Like, she's trying to piece it together. I'm like, wow, Sherlock, good job.
My question is, why are they questioning any of this and just leave?
Yeah.
Like, just leave.
Yeah.
Someone wrote in blood and killed one of your friends with their car. Get out the house.
Yeah.
Just leave.
And that's the moment you're talking about where all of a sudden she realizes
She has a gun.
that she has a gun.
And
Yeah.
it's not a gun. It's a hand cannon.
It's like it is. I don't know what kind of gun it is, but it looks
It's a
very
hand
vintage,
cannon.
like antique.
It looked like something that should be mounted to a tank, but also a hand pistol.
Oh, let's step it back for a little bit, though, because before we get into all the killing, we see Winnie the Pooh at their camp, ? I guess, whatever his little setup is.
Yeah, with Christopher Robin
that
tied
Piglet's,
up.
that I guess powers every
Oh
night.
my god, he
Yeah.
was on a bicycle!
That's why he's so strong, y'all. He doesn't miss leg day.
I totally forgot about that.
I did.
Like, the whole thing on a bicycle.
What the
Yeah.
fuck? Does he go to like Soul Cycle on Saturdays? Like, what the
going
fuck
to
is
Soul
he doing
Cycle?
with this fucking? I guess they needed to explain how they had electricity, so Piglet takes Soul Cycle classes.
like out of everything in this movie, that's the one
That's
plot
the,
hole
that's
that
the
we're
thing that
wondering.
we need an
I was
explanation.
like, hold
I mean,
on.
don't get
How
me
do
wrong.
these animals have electricity? I don't buy this shit.
By the half animal people eating people in the woods, but how did they have electricity?
Yeah. That's
my
what
God,
I
that's
want.
so funny.
They're
I
stealing it
remember
from
that.
the house
shit-
where they
Oh, wait,
murdered
wait,
a
so
bunch of
funny.
people.
Also, I just wanted to throw it out there when we were talking about the pool girl dying.
Yeah.
Remember how at first they chloroformed her?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know. That was annoying to me.
And then they hog-tied
That's what
her.
I'm telling you. Like,
Which seems redundant.
these deaths took forever and they were redundant. I was like, why are they going to hog tie her, chloroform her, then wait for her to wake up and not just bash her head in with the hammer?
Because it's
pistol
more
thing?
fun
the
this
thrill
way.
of the kill.
It was truly
Torture
thrill of the kill.
porn.
Torture porn.
I'm just like, I still
Here's
love
my
the girl
problem.
in the pool that dies, though. That
Because
shit was
do they
great.
Jennifer
have
keeps
chloroform?
saying that the kills are too long. I think they're pretty normal for a slasher, but I think that they had too low of a budget to really pay off. So they drag it out, and then there's no real payoff because they didn't have like a ton of money. Like that one was the biggest kill, right?
Actually, my theory on this is they didn't have enough of a story, so they decided to drag the kills
That
out
too,
to reach their
that too.
time limit.
And they really did. 140 minutes. They did.
Everything was a kill. A very long
There
kill.
was a lot of killing in this movie.
I feel like he confused setup for a kill, like the anticipation and the hunt.
Suspense.
Yeah. He confused that with the killing, and he just melded it into
Right.
one.
Because they already had him. There's not really too much suspense.
There was a lot of suspense in all the like. I think about Friday the 13th. It was very low budget, and there's a lot of suspense. Where are they gonna die? How are they gonna die? You know they're gonna die, but
Well,
it's
they were
from under
very
the
smart.
bed.
They were very smart in Friday the 13th, though, to utilize the POV of the killer. It's almost like Jaws,
Yeah.
you know, so that builds suspense in its own.
That actually could have been a really cool thing to utilize too, and then just show Pooh and Piglet at the end or some shit.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, that would've
suspense.
built
What are these creatures?
more
Oh my
suspense.
god! And you don't know what's. Bird Box was one of the more modern ones that did that. You don't know what the hell, and you can't see it because
Yeah.
if you look at it, you die.
That's always the best part, actually, building suspense. Not seeing where the killer is, but knowing.
Instead, they just did that with
Let your
Rabbit.
imagination terrify you.
Yes.
That's right.
True that.
Real quick though, because I didn't notice this at first, but the reason why I wanted to bring it back is because of the torture porn moment with Christopher Robin. And it looks like Pooh. And this was so funny because Kevin had to kind of put it together for me, and he didn't even realize he was doing that, but he totally did.
I can't believe it took you 2 times to see the movie to get that. I'm like,
well, because it straight up looks like it's okay. So like Christopher Robin's like hanging, and he pulls out what looks like a long human ponytail and starts.
It's
whipping
his
him.
wife's hair.
No.
That's what I thought at first. I was like, why is he whipping this guy with human hair? Like, that would tickle. And then Kevin was like, well, maybe it's horse hair. And I was
It's
like, oh, shit, it's Eeyore.
Because it had the little bow tie.
It had the little bow
and it was
ties.
black.
I totally didn't get that. They
I
could put more emphasis
100%
on
got
it.
that.
They
Like,
could put more emphasis on it because that was kind of fun.
I feel like you should know the bow tie is going to give that away. That's
but
Eeyore's
it wasn't
big
bow
highlight.
ties. It was just hair ties.
Yeah,
There was a
but
bunch of them. So I didn't
That's all he
get
ever had. Because was it Christopher Robin puts the, or was it Rue that puts the bow on Eeyore's tail to stick to him? Like they tie it on and then they hammer it on and they.
Wait.
They do all kinds of weird shit to that donkey.
That's why that donkey's so sad.
That's why he's so depressed. What was with the blood
Then they
shower
eat 'em.
setup? Did you guys get that?
Well,
I had no clue. I
Like,
just
does Pooh shower in blood every day?
maybe I
Do they
don't know.
not have
They
fresh
don't.
water?
They don't explain anything in this movie, Christy.
Okay, so that the whole torture porn part, I thought it was just Pooh, obviously like not just physically torturing him, but like emotionally, mentally torturing him. So I thought
Yes.
the skeleton was his wife.
It was.
It was the wife,
Yeah.
right? And so
Yeah.
he's like, oh no.
They ate his wife.
In his
Pooh,
British accent.
Why Pooh?
And then I thought
they were friends.
And then the
'Cause
blood
he
shower.
ate his friend.
Yes, he truly did. And then the blood shower, I thought it was his wife's blood.
I think
Or
that
just
was
to
just.
freak him out
Oh,
even
you
more.
know that's interesting.
That's what I thought it
but
was.
he did have a whole setup. Well, maybe that's usually how they
Maybe that's where
shower.
Smoothie Girl went.
collecting the blood.
See Kevin connecting the dots for me again.
Outside perspective.
That's why we need
maybe.
the outside
But
perspective.
yeah, that was a very gratuitous scene for sure.
There were a lot of those in this movie.
Christopher Robin. That guy
Christopher
was-
Robin. He was so annoying.
That
in
was
this whole
he
movie.
was like, kill him.
I know. And again, the doctor shit never paid off. He didn't like help any of the girls.
no, he just
Clearly
ran
he
away.
failed.
He ran away like until the end. You
Yeah.
barely saw
Well,
him
no,
in this
they
movie.
try to set that up, but then they don't pay off with any of it.
They really don't. They really don't. Except for even the gun, because that's the funny part. So they write this gun into the story, right? The surviving girls.
Then
They find the one rando. Again, no backstory. There's just
what are they doing
this
with her?
random
Like, are they
chick.
just slowly eating her face, or are they just fucking with her?
Her face was fine. Her face was just beaten. So it made no sense when she got free and she was like, my face.
Like, clearly
I'm
your
like,
face had to be hurting for a
I
while.
know, I'm like,
What do
out
you
of all
think
the
you
things
look-
that have happened to people, yours is okay. It will heal. Like,
Yeah.
you're going to be fine. But she freaks out. She takes the gun.
and
then-
starts calling out Piglet.
and then uses the one bullet, apparently. She uses the one bullet, shooting it into the air to call him out. And then that's it. That's all they had was the one bullet. Which, if that lady's going to bring a gun to protect herself, why the one bullet?
You know what? As payoff for shooting that one bullet in the air, I really would have accepted that bullet randomly killing one of them later on.
That would have been so much better. That would have been so funny.
Like, I was hoping for something like that. I was trying to, like, the only really funny part was when the group of Bens get out of the car.
No. I love the kill with Piglet and the lady in the pool.
Oh, that is actually.
Now that was
is
drawn
actually,
out.
I forgot about that.
That
I
was drawn
talked
out
about that
because
earlier.
she's.
Yeah, they're playing that. What is
I
that?
can't.
What do you call that? Where they go around the table and chase each other and they're
Oh,
like going
that's
around the
essentially
pool.
what it was. He chased her around the pool, and then for the longest time, she's just bobbing up and down like, oh no,
Slowly going to the
and I'm
deep
like,
end.
lady, like run out of the pool,
And
like.
Swim
also,
to the
guys,
deep end.
This pool is a lap pool.
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay,
it's
It's a
not
big
it's
pool.
not even a big pool. She could literally reach across and touch the other side. That's what pissed me off. I was like,
That
was like, I
that
would've
was
been
the
out of
most-
the pool by
the
now.
most anticlimactic kill of
It
them
was
all.
hilarious though.
That was funny.
I think we did all laugh at
genuinely
that one.
laughed
I was
at
like, what did you like? You could have did so many things to get away from that.
okay, is this time to talk about the ranking of the girls or the ranking of the deaths?
Not yet.
Are we
Not
starting
yet,
that?
close.
Okay.
Oh, let's go over the kills and then we'll talk about the ranking of them. So
Okay,
we still
okay.
have the one remaining lesbian chick, right? The lover of the girl who died in the pool.
Yes, you're right.
She would be the most useful.
She passed out. You thought she was gonna die,
Yeah.
but he leaves her, and then he
that's
kills the girl in the pool, which is
That's
her
another
lover.
part. So he just beats her for like an hour, and then the next time you see her, she's just got this tiny little bruise. This tiny
So
little
clearly
bruise on
he
the
wasn't
face.
that strong. Yeah.
But then he karate chops another guy's face off. So I don't understand.
Oh wait, yeah, you're right. That was Pooh. I'm thinking Piglet beat her.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, Pooh comes over and beats the hell
just
out of
beats
her.
the hell out of her, and then the very next shot, she's there and passed out, but she's just got like a tiny little bruise on her face. Like seriously, it makes no goddamn sense.
No,
Yeah, it was confusing.
they ran out of makeup.
They ran out of makeup. Probably. Well, she gets loose, right?
Yeah.
And then she ends
No,
up...
the girls come and free her.
Oh, they free her.
They free Christopher Robin.
Yeah, and then he disappears till like the end of the movie.
And then he's like, oh, go help that random lady that just started screaming somewhere in this camp.
Yeah, the one that we have no idea, the one that wastes the bullet. You
Yeah.
know, she
Yeah.
ends up dying by
And then-
Piglet, right? It's Piglet.
But the lesbian chick is the one that takes Piglet out.
Right, and she
because-
kills him with his own sledgehammer, which
Yes,
I thought was
she
poetic
beats
justice.
she chains him up and beats him down with his own sledgehammer.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty good.
That was the best. And then Pooh somehow
so what-
gets over there after being in the middle of the woods chasing the other
Right, because he
girls.
squeals. I wanted more pig squeals.
Right.
I really did. But they
Yeah.
only used it like once or twice. And I'm like,
Well, you
come
can hear him
on.
do the little pig noise.
Well, he does the pig
made-
noises, but the squeal, I think, like when he's coming at people, would have
That
been
would be
terrifying.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's left? Maria and Glasses Chick, and that's when they come across the truck
Oh,
rednecks.
yeah.
Yeah, and then there's Pooh is standing in the distance, and they're
Yeah,
like,
and the
"Is that
headlights.
weird guy?" Like that. I went to the bathroom for this scene, and I came in, and no fighting had even started.
You
at that
guys
point.
realize that the main guy, Logan, that they call it, was the guy in the beginning in the
Yes.
shop.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about that real quick. Just a little side note. I thought it was so funny because they introduced this guy pulling a Joey from Friends, where he's like, "Oh, hey girl, how you doing?"
Yeah, like creepy.
I was like, "What is this?"
That's Ben number 1.
Our friend Ben looked like every single guy in that car. It was the funniest thing.
I think Ben has a side job he's not telling anybody about. He's acting as random people in this movie.
So every single one of these rednecks tries to take Pooh out and can't. Like, Kevin, what were you saying? You were like, he's Incredible Hulk, right?
Truly,
Status.
yes.
It made no sense.
He's a bear. It's hard to
they
break bones.
hit him
and
pretty
stuff.
hard, though. No, they like,
do.
They had lame ass weapons. They had like a bottle. I think one guy had like a bottle.
Had a bottle, yeah.
One guy had like a baseball bat,
Baseball bat.
The crowbar.
a crowbar. Okay, so like random shit in the back of the truck.
Yeah.
crowbar could do a little damage if you hit a
And
bear.
it did. I mean, for a little bit. They beat him a bunch, but it didn't really do
He just goes, "Rah!"
Yeah.
and slap. There's half your face
He
gone.
slaps off a guy's face.
And then breaks
No
the
claws.
guy's
It'd
hand.
be
He
cool if they gave him
slashes.
claws.
I agree. That would have been badass.
That's what I'm saying. Like that, they could have saved a little budget in other areas and gave him like cool claws or something
Yeah.
to make sense. Instead, they give him dish gloves that are clearly dish gloves because the yellow doesn't match the
And
yellow.
he's not wearing that in the movie trailer. He's got human hands. I thought
Does
that was
he?
Yeah. Yeah.
I gotta see the trailer. Maybe they're like, "Oh, the human hands aren't doing it. Put
Or in the
dish
poster.
gloves on him."
In the poster. I
Put
mean,
dish gloves on him.
in the poster. Yeah. Okay. So
$20, guys.
he
You can get
slashes
some-
the throat. He stomps the head of the one guy, and then my favorite kill, which again, no setup. I think we touched on it a little bit earlier. I don't know. The mind control bees. I'm like, what is this, Candyman? Like he stretched.
Jeremy said the same shit. He was like, "Who's the guy with the bees? Candyman." He was like, "He just Candyman that guy."
He did. He totally Candymanned a guy, and it was it.
There is no setup for the bees. The bees just ran like
You didn't even remember that, Kevin.
Nope.
Kevin's like, he was
We
like,
were
"What?"
talking about
bees?
it. Kevin's like, what?
Kevin tapped out at that point. Kevin's
No,
like,
I
"I'm
was
done."
I was invested, but I just don't remember these bees
He was like
happening.
the
He was
last guy
running
He was
and
the
then
one-
rolling in the dirt.
Rolling in the dirt after the bees attacked him.
Exactly.
That's terrifying, but I don't know how they killed it because it wasn't like
Because-
that many bees.
Because they cut to the girls looking through the windshield at the guy
Which
in the
at
dirt.
any point they could have taken that truck.
Oh,
He
I
could-
know.
he could have
But they
got
were
in the truck
but they
and
were
spared the bee. Like,
but they-
yeah,
but they-
got him.
Why do you run in the opposite direction? You have a running truck right behind
My
you.
problem is, why didn't the girls just fucking drive off?
because they wanted to watch the show. They wanted to watch four beds take on a
They're
bear.
like, it's not going well, but I still have hope. Come on.
Your horse is losing this race, honey. Go. Take what you can and go.
Christopher Robin shows up at that moment and hits Pooh with the car, right?
Well, no. Glasses girl.
Oh,
He pulls
yeah.
her out of the car and then
Oh, wait,
pulls her
wait.
head off.
No, he pulls her in half. Because he holds up half of her.
No, it's her head with the neck bone dangling.
I don't know. I remember half of her because you think she's still whole, and then he lifts it, and she's like, there's half of her missing. Well, he dismembers her.
Yeah.
Point is,
He does.
she's hanging.
I just remember
Not in a good
seeing the
way.
head with some of the neck bone because that was in some of the advertisements.
Oh,
too,
was it?
where he's with the head? Because I thought it was a blonde chick. I thought it was gonna be the blonde chick he did that to. I was like, someone's gonna get their head removed.
Some of us didn't watch the trailer either.
But do you guys remember when they're like, okay, finally, let's fucking get the fuck out of here?
Because I think
What?
he hits her with the head at one point too, right before Christopher Robin comes in.
No, on the windshield. He tosses it on the windshield.
Yeah, and she's doing that.
And
but
she's
he
freaking
picks it up
out.
at some point though and hits her with it.
Really?
What were
wanna
you
say
saying?
it does.
I was saying like they're driving away, like hauling like 80 on this dirt road, and Pooh is just like climbing on the back of the truck.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they were.
Oh, I was laughing at that too because I was like, he's banging on the top of the truck, and I'm like, if he could slap through faces, he could smash a hole in the top of that truck. Like,
My problem with that whole scene was it didn't read well for me. I couldn't tell if they were actually driving or was he holding the car and then climbing onto it.
I think they were driving.
Oh, they were driving.
They were driving because I was like, I can't tell with the way they shot this. It looks like they could be driving, but maybe they're trying
And
to
I was
drive and
wondering,
he's holding it.
since nothing would take Pooh out, right? I was wondering, Piglet died from a sledgehammer, which is how they used to kill pigs on a farm. So I'm like, what do we need for Pooh? Do we need like a bear trap, some bear tranquilizers? Like, we should have like thought outside of the box.
You know
on
what
that
you
one.
need?
A shotgun.
No. Oh, dude, you need Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yes! I got it!
Or
my
Daniel
God.
Boone.
Yeah,
Someone who
right?
did
That's
that.
fucking funny.
I was gonna say like
It's a Revenant reference for anyone who hasn't seen it. That's amazing. Good job,
I'm
Kevin.
so proud of myself
Everybody,
for remembering
applause
a
break for
celebrity.
Kevin.
I'm so bad at celebrities' names. I was gonna say Titanic guy.
That
Let's
would
go
have
with that
worked.
one.
I like that even more.
Oh my god.
Titanic guy
I
versus
feel like
the
there
bear.
was no bear in Titanic.
So the end of this is really dumb, right? So Christopher Robin hits him with the car, doesn't
Never
kill
stops
him.
asking why.
Never stops. Pooh, but we were friends. Pooh.
Why, Pooh?
Just
Why?
take me. I'll stay here forever. That's what you want, right?
And then, yes, for the first time, Pooh actually speaks, and he says, "You left," in this guttural voice, which my whole thing was, I think it'd be more terrifying if they kept the Disney voice. Kevin kept going off.
You left. You left.
That is fucking scary, y'all.
Slices your throat.
Kills the final girl. Again, no payoff.
Christopher
And then-
Robin is the final girl.
He is. He is. Because he lives. He runs off. I guess because
No,
they're-
they take. He stays. He stays with Pooh.
No, he runs off.
Does he run?
Yes,
I
you don't
thought Pooh
see
did.
what happens. It's Pooh standing with the dead body and Christopher Robin running into the woods. My
Oh,
guess
okay, they just
is
kinda-
they probably had a different ending, but they were greenlit for a sequel, so maybe they wanted to leave it a little more open-ended. But I'm just guessing. I have no idea.
It could be. I don't know. They didn't know. They didn't know what
Winnie
was
the
gonna
Pooh
happen.
will be returning, by
And
the
then
way.
Pooh just stabs the girl 1,000 times.
Yeah, that's what it
Oh,
is. He keeps
that's
stabbing her
right.
while Christopher Robin gets away.
Yeah.
And by the way, that whole exchange, I get, it was weird the way Christopher Robin was just, he acted like they were old friends or something.
Well, they were.
No, him and Maria.
Oh, him and Maria.
The way
I was
he
like,
was
I thought you were
trying
talking about
to,
Pooh.
not
I'm
that
like,
he
he
was trying
was
to
friends with
protect her,
Pooh.
but he was like holding her body at one point, and it was like, you just met this broad. Like the second she gets stabbed, I'm out. You know, like I'm not sticking around. I don't know her. You know, like I don't know. Maybe that's just me, the survivor.
That's
in
the
me.
doctor in him, Christina.
I guess
that didn't
so.
pay off.
Cradling her, just like no.
No, I really thought
what?
like they had like a moment. Remember when she finds him in the
Which I
cabin,
think she
rescues
saves him.
She
Well,
does
she
save him.
does, but still, like I would be there for her. But the second she's dead, I'm not gonna cry over her. I'm gonna fucking
Well, she
run.
was still kind of dying. Like he had hope.
Christopher
guess
Robin,
so.
you know,
That's the doctor in him. He's
yeah, I
trying to
guess
save
so.
a life.
That's
Yeah, I
not
don't
like
know.
any
Fall-
doctor
falls
I
in
know.
love really fast. or
Doctors are
whatever.
realistic. They're like, well, she's definitely dead now, so it makes no sense for me to stick around.
Oh man.
Her insurance card bounced.
Okay, so Kevin had the idea of rating the final girls in their in rank of usefulness, right? So we all agree that the one that kills Piglet Right?
Most useful.
Oh, we started
Most
from
useful.
top to bottom.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. I mean, we could jump around a little bit. Who do we think is bottom? I argue it's either Instagram chick. Some people say wood chipper chick, but she gave them the car, so she had a
Wait,
little
wood
bit
chipper
of use.
chick gave them the car?
Are we
They
talking
got the
about,
car from her.
Are we
Oh,
talking
okay.
about usefulness for Pooh and Piglet, or usefulness
that's a
like,
good point.
in the whole like movie or
My
scenario?
thing is usefulness in the whole, like as far as the script goes.
Got
too,
you. As
and
like the
story.
overall movie story.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Well then, yeah, she at least provided a
She's
use. She
definitely-
gave him the car.
I would say, the chick that takes out Piglet, like you
Yeah.
said, first, and then wood chipper chick 2nd,
Mm-hmm.
girl with the gun third.
The last one's got to be the lover that dies first because she doesn't do anything.
The one that gets hit by.
She sets
in
up the whole
pool, right?
story for Christopher Robin to come back.
Shut up.
She's the MacGuffin. Her name was Sandra MacGuffin.
Wait, okay, so lesbian girl.
The
why?
most useless chick is battered woman in the capsule.
The one who wastes.
Yeah.
Battered
So
woman who
useless.
wastes bullet.
She is number one. If we're gonna rank all of them, it's like her and Christopher Robin's fiance are like the bottom two. Then we get the lesbian lover, right? Then we got glasses chick. She's just there for emotional support.
Oh yeah, bitch, where were you when I got stabbed? She was not great.
She
at
was
emotional
dead.
support.
Her head.
Maria has got to be next because she at least
What
saved
about
Christopher Robin.
Instagram chick. Where does she fall?
She's gonna be one of the bottom two.
Yeah.
Also.
So she's got to be one of the bottom three because you can't have.
Yeah, I meant bottom TOO.
Oh.
My bad, y'all. English is hard.
There are no rules to our language.
Okay. Okay, so who do we think? Let's just do the bottom three then. Who do you think is the most or the least useful?
The lady that they saved that wasted the bullet should be the
Okay.
very bottom because she wasted the bullet
I'll give
and
you
her
that.
life.
I'll give you that. So we got her. And then, let's see, we got Christopher Robin. Instagram chick will be next.
Yeah.
No, but she was the reason when she was playing music in the tub. That's what got Pooh's
That's
attention.
right. So that would be she would be next to last because she didn't waste the bullet that they could have used to kill Pooh.
Yeah, I mean, he's talking about in terms of a script that the that's a good, that's kind of useful. But in terms of doing anything.
Oh yeah, doing anything. Definitely the pool girl, the one who dies in the pool.
Yeah.
She was so useless.
Yeah.
She kept Piglet busy for a little while.
Oh my god. Oh my. Yeah, the amount of time she was bouncing in the
She
in the
saved
water.
her girlfriend by sacrificing herself running circles in the
It
pool.
was so dumb. She went like the long way instead of like turning around and stepping out. But
Kevin you could just hear him having a conniption fit inside. Why?
Oh,
Why?
Kevin and I were we were the only people reacting in that movie theater, and we had a packed theater.
Really?
And I thought more people would be into it, but it was just us like, oh shit. Like,
Yep.
we were the only people
yeah.
that laughed. I was like, you guys get that you're supposed to laugh at this movie. It's
Definitely
ridiculous.
It is, yeah.
Okay, so if you want, you guys could email us at splattergarage@gmail.com. Send us your opinion. We can read them on the next episode because I'm curious. I want to hear, what's your ranking of the ladies in this movie?
Yeah,
Who's
rank
most
them ladies.
Useful. Most useful. All right, so I think that wraps it up for our discussion on Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Definitely check it out. It's worth a watch. How would you guys rate this on the gory meter? 1 to 5.
I'll give it about a 4.
4?
That's pretty gory.
I'm going to say 3.
Yeah, 3, 2.5, 3.
Because it was gory, but the kills weren't that creative. I've seen better.
Well, what are we going by, creativity or gore?
I mean, I think they both play a hand in it because you could say like the new Hellraiser movie, that's high up there. That's a 4. Maybe even a 5. I don't know. But Texas Chainsaw could be a 5 though. Like,
That's true.
what do you think?
I thought it was pretty gory.
Kevin's like me.
The outsider's like 5.5.
For real. I was like, this is on a scale of 1 to 5, not 10.
Nah.
I thought the kills were cool though. I mean, again, I haven't like seen a lot of scary killing stuff.
Stay tuned for that.
But yeah, no, I thought
There are
but,
some-
I mean,
there
it
are some
definitely
out
wasn't,
there.
like as intense probably as some others, but I would say like a solid 3 out of
Yeah,
5 for
I think
sure.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm the only one giving it a 4.
I think.
I feel like there was
blood.
I'm so
there was a lot of
desensitized.
blood.
Yeah.
But like, I
See,
want
I'm
more.
not
I
big
want
on
more
that.
with my gore. I want more.
Yeah, like-
there were only 2 really
like-
cool kills.
They didn't even like show them eating
You know
them,
what?
you
My,
Yeah,
my
There's always,
biggest,
like, off
my
camera
biggest
kinda.
thing with
They
that.
kept showing him eat
Yeah.
honey.
I know, right? Well, you saw Piglet eat that lady's face with honey.
When?
The lady that freaking wasted the bullet.
But
They knock her
did it
down and
show?
Pooh pours,
I don't
Pooh
remember really
pours
seeing
honey
it.
on her
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
eats her
Pour
face
honey on
off.
her
I think that is how she dies.
That's how she dies, which technically that wouldn't kill you.
But let me tell you
It
something.
would be painful.
We didn't remember it. So how?
How high were you?
No, we weren't that high.
Disclaimer.
We weren't.
But
that
yeah, like
high.
I mean, I feel like it would have been cool if they like spent some time eating her face.
Don't know what that was, but anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, I was like, I think.
Well, I mean,
they
it doesn't
could've
take
bumped it
that
up
long to
crazy.
eat a face with honey on it. You put honey on a face.
I mean, how do you
I'll
guys
be
eat
all
your
over that
honey?
shit.
One bite. But yeah, no, like I think it could have been a lot crazier.
They
for
didn't
sure.
really show it up close
No,
though. They just
they
showed him.
No,
like,
they didn't. That was
yeah.
the problem. Like I
But
said,
they
put
didn't
all
have
the money
for that.
They put all the money into those 2 kills, and then they didn't have the money.
So
to
what's
show
the 2
rest.
kills?
The car and the karate chop and the face off.
Okay.
You saw the most.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
saw the most. Wood chipper probably 3rd.
No, I would
chipper was
say
definitely
I would say
third.
Glasses Girl is 3rd because you got a full
The
head.
head, but you
yeah,
don't really see her head too much.
You don't
and-
see that kill.
Yeah,
It's
though.
really not
Well,
hard
yeah,
to
you
see the
disembody a
aftermath.
fake
Yeah.
body. It's really not
That's
hard
true.
to do that.
Yeah. See,
Yeah,
I
you
would
don't
have
see the
loved
kills.
to see some like geysers of blood. You know,
Yeah.
some Quarantino stuff
Give me some
here.
Evil Dead shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
Listen,
they do have a shower of
if-
blood.
No offense to the directors of this movie, but if Sam Raimi did this movie, it would be an instant hit.
Ooh, come on, produce a sequel,
Hot
Sam.
take.
You guys need to get Sam Raimi on board for these. Like,
All right.
I want Sam Raimi.
Well, we need to take a sponsor break, so
Nah.
we're gonna do that, and we'll be right back. So stay tuned.
Bloodthirsty? Hungry for flesh? Come on down to Van Helsing's Steakhouse, home of the world-famous all-you-can-steak buffet, where there's steak for everybody. Here's a pine steak for you, mahogany for you. This one's dipped in garlic butter. Oh! Refresh your water? Only the holiest of waters at Van Helsing's Steakhouse. So come on down to Van Helsing's Steakhouse.
Hi, is this the steakhouse?
Where you're not welcome.
Are you a fan of the childhood classic Winnie the Pooh? Do you wish that you could share more of his adventures with your children, but they've already read through the existing books over and over and over again? Well, due to this classic becoming public domain, we are now overloaded with all new Winnie the Pooh titles from independent authors. You heard right. We are now overloaded with Pooh. Our current stock includes memorable titles such as Playtime with Pooh, Pooh with Friends, I'm in Love with Pooh, What's That in the Woods? Oh, it's Pooh. Let's Have a Pillow Fight with Pooh, Dr. Pooh, Why Your Mother Loves Pooh, Pooh Surprises You, The Pokey Little Pooh, Pooh in the Apocalypse, Harbinger of Death and Pooh, Curious Pooh and the Man in the Yellow Hat, It Smells Like Pooh in the Air, Pooh and Chocolate, Home for a Pooh, Prayers for Pooh, The Little Yellow Pooh, Corduroy Pooh, Christopher Robin and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Pooh, Where the Wild Poohs Are, The Shape of Pooh, Charlie and the Chocolate Pooh, The Velveteen Pooh, A Wrinkle in Pooh, The Wonderful Wizard of Pooh, A Series of Unfortunate Poohs, Avatar, The Last Pooh Bender, The Lion, the Witch, and the Pooh, The Phantom Pooh, and so many more. Call now and we'll double your order at no extra cost. You heard right, that's twice as much poo at no extra cost. Shipping and handling poo is included. Just call 1-800-GOT-POO. Again, that's 1-800-GOT-POO. Call now and get your hands on poo today!
All right, welcome back, Splatter fans. Now it's time to kick it over to Jen for our fun fact segment, Digging Up the Dirt. Take it away, Jen.
You don't trust me.
No, I do.
You probably think it was me out there, digging up the dirt.
All right. So, as we know, is directed by Reese Frake Waterfield. That is really hard to say.
It is hard to say.
It's so hard to say. And co-produced by Scott Jeffrey. Now,
less hard to say.
Yeah. He has 2 first names. Scott Jeffrey. It's a little easier. Reese is known for making these types of wacky movies. Just the list under his belt so far is the Easter Bunny Massacre, Dinosaur Prison, and Dinosaur Hotel.
No, I love Dinosaur Hotel.
I have not seen Dinosaur Hotel.
Just kidding. I've never seen that.
Oh, and Dragon Fury. All conveniently found on any free streaming network. Probably.
Tubi. Screambox.
I was going to say Prime, but, you know, a Screambox. Of course, they were turned down numerous times by cast and crew, mostly being worried about their careers for doing such a movie. This is the first live-action Winnie the Pooh that is not made by Disney and is also not made for children.
Wait, does that mean that there's a live action that is made by Disney?
I think so.
Yeah, there
Really?
was that one a few years ago, the Winnie the Pooh.
You're right, there was. They did do a live action.
Okay, it's not
But
Paddington.
I think it is.
No.
No. I think it's 100 Acre Wood. Where
Is
he
that what it's
returns
called?
as an adult to 100 Acre Wood, and they're all. It's almost the same premise,
was about to
only
say.
they're not animal mutants. So
Oh.
yeah, so this is the first one that's a horror movie that is not made by Disney. While the copyright for Winnie the Pooh lapsed in the United States in 2022, the copyright will stay in place in Europe until 2027. And it makes it very hard to legally distribute this film in Europe.
I was about to say, so it must not premiere in Europe.
No, it did in different countries, but I don't know. I couldn't find much on that.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
I couldn't. Yeah, there was a lot of digging.
Some might
for
say
these.
a fun fact. Continue.
Right. The film's characters could not, however, resemble the Disney versions who debuted in 1966 because they are still protected by copyright. So Pooh's face is pushing the boundary a little bit.
Did they get any flack on that? Like,
Not that I could find yet.
okay.
Not all characters were free to be used in this film, even though some are implied. The director could only use Christopher Robin Pooh and Piglet. Eeyore makes a slight appearance, as we have mentioned earlier. The film was initially shot in only 10 days and made for less than $100,000.
I mean, that's pretty impressive, though. Anyway, you cut
It is, like, considering the quality of what you get, it is actually impressive.
And I do want to say this. This is actually a well-directed film. It's shot nicely. And the actors, they're decent. For what it is, they're very decent. I would say like Sci-Fi Channel level decent, maybe a little better.
I think it's just the writing that puts them off, like the characters themselves.
Yeah.
As of February 19th, this film grossed over $2.5 million internationally and has grossed over $1 million in the U.S. alone. So that's
and in Mexico too.
And in Mexico. Yeah, I left that out just because.
That's how they got greenlit for a sequel.
Yes. This film was thought to be a career killer, but gained a sequel, which was announced during its release. Winnie the Pooh 2, Friends Will Gather to Take Revenge is the title, or working title. The director has his sights set on Bambi, Peter Pan, Teletubbies, and rumors of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but some of those not being public domain, they probably won't happen. They're just wish lists. However, Bambi the Reckoning and Peter Pan Neverland Nightmare are currently in production, thanks to Scott Jeffrey.
Hold on, I want to back it up for a second. So maybe that's why Rabbit and Owl weren't in this movie. Maybe they're coming back because Pooh.
They may have not
Pooh's
had-
alive.
Yeah, Pooh's alive, but they may have not because
rights.
because the stipulation is they can't look like that, so they may have not had enough time to put something together or
They're
enough
with
money.
Bambi.
Yeah.
I think it just boils down to money, really.
Okay, so interesting.
More people are actually calling for the sequel to be more of the twisted animation element from the beginning of the film. Most viewers felt that was the best part of the movie. I thought that was interesting that is something going on. And this movie is actually spawning multiple childhood reboots, including the possibility of Courage the Cowardly Dog facing Lovecraftian horrors.
What?
Not completely slasher-esque, but Hollywood it has Hollywood's attention.
Y'all.
I don't know how
I'm
solid
so
that is.
excited if that needs to be a thing.
But that is what you have. That's what I was able to dig up for you guys.
Kevin, have you ever seen Courage?
I have. I've seen like 1 or 2 episodes.
Courage is the best.
It's already creepy.
It's so creepy.
That's what made it awesome.
But yeah, that with like a Lovecraftian type of monstrosity.
Ooh, that's like 2 of my favorite things.
That would be really
now,
awesome
like I
to
said, it's
see.
just kind of getting Hollywood's attention. They're probably gonna watch it before. You know what I mean?
Yeah. With
Watch
that
these
said, I'm curious, like, of your childhood, like, stories or, like, series that you love, what, like, if you were to have one turn into a horror series.
Oh, I would totally love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Man, they're mutants.
Man, now all I can think is Courage. Like, what else did I have? I don't know.
You had
TMNT.
Powerpuff Girls. But they kind of did that with
Girls.
Brightburn.
Yeah, you're right. That's
It just
exactly
wasn't girls.
what that was.
Actually,
he was
no,
an
they
alien.
have a
That's
new
more
one.
Superman.
They actually have a new one coming out. It's a series where high school girls are developing superpowers, but like they can light people on fire or something.
There you
and
have
it's
it.
like an evolutionary
The
chain.
Powerpuff Girls
thing.
horror movie.
It's a
In
series.
That would
I
be
forget what
sick.
it's called, but it's a series coming out.
What about you?
I was trying to think of the things I played as a kid.
Super Mario Brothers.
Dude, Super Mario
Yeah.
Bros. Horror would be.
I mean, that
actually
is the
pretty
original
cool.
movie that came out in the
It
80s.
was.
It's pretty
Yeah, that
It
terrible.
was
was
90s.
terrifying.
Come on.
That was
Oh, was it
scary.
90s?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
90s.
it was 90s.
It was like
My
95.
bad. My bad.
Like,
You
what
were a baby.
was my childhood? Like, oh god, can't think.
As
Now that I'm
Kevin
on the
thinks of
spot,
a duck
I'm just
and
like,
rice.
Yeah.
His
Kevin's
mom yelling
like,
at him.
Captain Underpants.
You're-
Wow.
Where
aren't
did
you the
you
person who
watch?
wrote the Tiger Mom sketch?
Kevin just remembers homework.
Oh, right?
Homework, the movie.
I can't get past the trauma of my childhood. Fuck. I can't think.
Oh my
No, I was kidding. It
God.
wasn't that bad. But,
Tiger Mom.
Oh god. Oh, dude, if they did horror Pokemon,
Oh, I'm into that.
now that would
Could
be
you
pretty
imagine
cool.
trying to
Guys,
survive a world
Get
of
on
those?
it. Ravenous Pokemon, where they start eating humans.
Dude,
I mean, they have power.
yeah.
Like Pokemon have superpowers. It'd be like all the animals in the woods with superpowers coming.
Dude,
at you.
right? Can you imagine like Bulbasaur like choking you out and then just like
I'm sure that's somebody's fetish.
Fusion.
tentacle porn?
Wow.
Oh god. Actually, no, don't do that to Bulbasaur. Don't ruin it for me. Vine Whip is gonna have a whole new different meaning.
Yes.
All right, guys. So, well, that's our fun
the
fact
dirt.
segment. So let's get to the moral of the story. You watched the movie. Now I want to know what you think the moral of the story is.
What we took away from this?
Yes,
like,
what's your takeaway?
Furcon gone wrong.
Why would you ever bring your wife to the woods?
Fusion, you're
To meet
single.
your
You don't
imaginary
understand how to.
So
Okay.
so based in logic. I love it.
I know. It's like, why would I take to get rid of her, motherfucker?
That was a clever ruse.
I don't want to deal with divorce papers.
Did you never watch Creep Show where he brought the monkey home to kill his wife?
It was a crate monster.
Whatever.
What about
He
you,
was
Kev?
good.
My moral of the story is don't make promises you can't keep.
Seriously, Christopher Robin. Yeah.
Or don't feed the animals
Don't
and then
feed
leave
the
them.
animals. That's a good one. All right, mine is don't befriend freakish half-animal mutants in the woods because this ain't no Ninja Turtles, all right? They're not good. They're not saving the day. Okay, so I wanted to introduce another new segment I thought it would be fun called View from the K-Hole, which is Kevin's outsider perspective. So Kevin...
Let's take a look down the K-hole.
We're going to take a look into your K-hole. And why don't you share a few words of wisdom with us?
All right. Well, I don't really know where to take it from this. I'm just gonna off the seat of my pants here. But so I don't watch a lot of scary movies, but thanks to Christina and the Splatter Garage fam, I'm opening up my hole. and
we just jammed something really big in there, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Blood and honey.
But no, it's actually I thought it was a fun movie, And but you have to like go into it like not taking it seriously.
Absolutely, you can't take it
cannot
seriously.
take this seriously because like otherwise you'd be like, these people are like so stupid. Like, why don't they just leave? Right? Obvious answer.
Yeah.
And then
That's always the answer.
This
movie could have been avoided.
But so like like, and then if you like analyze it too much, then you're just like, oh my god, this has more potholes than like. What's something really that has a lot of potholes?
The roads and
more holes than Swiss cheese. I don't know. Or more potholes.
Have you driven down Victoria lately?
Oh my god, truly. After it rains, it's so bad. Yeah.
The roads in California after it rains. There you go.
Truly. But also, whatchamacallit? Yeah, it's fun when you can just like make fun of it and just like talk over it with your friends.
That's
How did you? My
movies
question
that
for
we
you
love
is,
here.
how did you get through it? Because I remember having dinner and watching X, and you were like, "Oh my god, how can you watch this movie?" And it was just an eyeball.
He was talking about the old people sex. You guys.
That was
the scariest part of that movie.
That was truly bumping uglies right there. How did I get
old
through
people?
This? Well,
how did you
I
get
don't
through
know.
this?
I think like maybe I'm just.
Well, he had a Topo Chico and some popcorn.
I was gonna say, and he was high.
Always
Definitely
snacks.
helped.
Maybe I'm starting to get a little more desensitive. That's a hard. Desensitized.
Well, you will get
to it?
desensitized to us. Like our holiday movies have a lot of blood and gore.
true.
Our
True.
stepdad's always like, "All right, who picked this one?"
That's why you said like movies from our childhood, and I was like, well, we grew up.
We
with a
grew
lot
up
of
on
horror,
weird. We
so
grew up.
I don't know. I mean, young.
Listen,
too.
we were not allowed to watch Chitty Chitty Bang Bang or any of that. Like Winnie the Pooh, we got to see once,
But
and that
Puppet
was
Master?
only because
That was our
it
shit.
had heffalumps and woozles in it. My dad would tolerate that. It was Hell Comes to Frogtown and the Munchies and Gremlins.
We're gonna do an
and
episode on
Puppet
Hell Comes to
Master.
Frogtown.
Aw, I love that.
All right, guys, we got to wrap it up here. So let's get into our plug segment. Plug it up, plug it in. Yeah. So what's up? You guys got anything to plug? I
Well,
know that was very.
I'm now on TikTok.
What's your TikTok?
Spirited Tarot Reader. Hit me
Okay,
up for
okay.
tarot reads, or check me on Instagram for my art because I'm very talented.
And what's your Insta?
Jen the colorist. I had to think about that.
You're
I
like,
have a few Instagrams.
Listen, you
House of
gotta
Boo.
find her if you want her.
That's right. I make it difficult. I love the chase. Come find
Fusion,
me.
what's going on with you in the shop? Anything?
Well, they got married.
Thanks for taking it to the
leak.
woods.
There's a leak in the
There's a
plumbing.
leak in the bathroom as of an hour ago.
Oh my god.
Still smells crappy.
You can
No.
catch him on Whatnot, right?
Yeah, whatnot, TikTok, Instagram. Just
Every
look-
Monday?
Yeah,
He was doing
Or
it,
you
like,
can
when
just
it
come
showed
to
up.
the store.
exactly.
Yeah, here on Main Street in Ventura,
We
California.
moved.
If you're around.
We're no longer where the mole people are.
That's right. Moving on up.
They're below us now.
And we got rid of the smell.
Amen to that.
It was a
I
real
mean,
problem.
for now, we smell, so you know.
Well, next time Fusion tries to run underground skunk fights.
By the way, tune into Fusion Skunk Fights.
Skunk fights with. Oh my god, that was so
We
funny.
blamed it on the plumbing, but you know.
That would be amazing.
Kevin, what do you got going on?
Yeah,
I don't think
Kevin.
anything too much right now. I'm trying to think.
Hello.
It says here you got a new dance
I'm
video.
Well, it's in the works.
He forgot.
I did.
What about Dead on Arrival?
I did a. Oh,
I'm going to announce that.
That's Dina's news.
Oh.
I guess
It's all of our
So
news.
you can find Kevin at Boss Dragon underscore
Yeah.
on his Instagram.
Yeah, I will be happy.
Or
to
at that
dance,
clown strip club.
Jumbos?
Dude, I'm a fan. I am. I like that place. They're really good dancers.
Oh, you've got a
Kevin's
new
like,
mix.
"Move
So
out of the
Kevin
way."
does DJ, and he's got a new mix on YouTube, right? With a deep, sexy vibe,
Deep
I
sexy
hear.
vibes, yeah.
Okay.
Where my house head's at.
For your house heads. All right, and that's how do you find that?
YouTube.
Well, I think my.
You guys are bad at this.
I know, right? Seriously, okay, we'll work on this. I think my. I think my YouTube handle is Boss Dragon as well.
Okay.
And
Have you
then-
been spying on me? Did you follow me on TikTok?
Did I? I don't think on TikTok. No.
Oh, okay.
I follow
Are
you
you
in
on-
real life.
Are you on Twitch or anything?
I was gonna say
He's
that's
on
what I
crack.
remember. I am gonna start streaming like video games and like other stuff.
You're DJing on Twitch?
Yes, music, stretching, movement, dancing,
anything to get those gamers to move, man.
Dude,
they need it.
10 minutes of yoga dance with
my
Kevin.
Twitch is I am Boss Dragon.
Okay.
Are you?
Yeah.
As I got to follow you for when you do stretches.
Yes.
I can follow
Yes.
along.
Perfect.
I know. Okay.
I feel like I'm not stretching
the
alone.
big news that I'm going to steal is that we are working on releasing a new online sketch group called Dead on Arrival. And we're going to be uploading videos on YouTube and TikTok, Instagram, all that very soon. Stay tuned. We'll have updates. We'll be letting you guys know. We've already started recording videos. We're going to get a couple, lined up, and then we're going to work on some branding, and it'll be coming at your faces very soon.
Very, very soon, within the next month or so.
Yeah.
All right, and so our next episode, in about 2 weeks, we're going to be airing in celebration of St. Patty's Day. We're going to be doing a very special Versus episode. It's going to be the 1993 classic Leprechaun versus the 2019 reboot Leprechaun, so tune in for that. Leprechaun Returns, I think is the actual name. We'll also be starting our new Splatter Garage After Dark series. That's going to be on Patreon. That's where we read popular, quote-unquote, popular erotic fan fiction based on the films that we're reviewing. So you're going to want to check that out for some hot leprechaun action, trust me.
Or Winnie the Pooh.
And if you
Hot
have
poo
any
action.
leprechaun erotica, send it to us at splattergarage at gmail.com. Please do.
Yes, this is time to let your freak flag fly and
No judgment here.
No judgment ever. And then
I'll be
to
sending most
just
of it.
just shine that fucking leprechaun.
Just shine, baby.
Erotic fanfic. That's been
Or your Pooh fan fiction.
Oh my god.
All right. Also, don't forget to rate and subscribe. Review us on Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Rate my face.
Check out our sponsor, Endgame Comics and Collectibles of Ventura. Ask for Fusion. He loves to be bugged. And as I mentioned at least 3-4 times, feel free.
Whoa.
What did I
Feel
just say?
free to eat.
Feel free to breathe and email us, splattergarage@gmail.com, for any questions, comments, suggestions on movies, also erotica. Hit us up. And that about wraps it up.
Or if you have any good leads for interviews.
Yes. Yeah, let us know.
You got a new movie coming out you want to promote? Hit us up.
Hit us up. Definitely. Okay, so until next time, that's about it. Cue that theme song.
Is there a theme song to Winnie the Pooh? I forget. There had to have been something like Winnie the Pooh.
I think a Heffalumps and Woozles.
Oh, that's right. That was Winnie. All stuffed with fluff. It's Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh. Silly willy nilly old bear.
Wow, you really know that song.
Right.
We're unlocking Kevin's childhood memories.
Oh my god, I was just all locked up in there this whole time.
Winnie